Salt is something that you usually use each and every day. But do you really know what are the benefits of salt to your chicken? So in this video, I'm going to explain to you what are some of the benefits of salt to your poultry birds. So as you can be able to understand some of it, the benefits. It's not just for you to add on your meat when you're roasting your meat, or you to add in your kales when you're cooking and enjoying your kales. Or sometimes we usually use the salt for as a preservative. But the salt itself, it has some of its own benefits to your poultry. And in this video, I'll be able to explain all the benefits to your poultry of salt. First of all, if your chicken are suffering from a disease known as infectious coryza. Infectious coryza is one of the most deadliest diseases that can affect your poultry farm, and you trying to treat it with some kind of antibiotics, of which we won't be able to treat such kind of a disease. I want to be able to show you an example of a coryza infection. What really is a coryza infection? A coryza infection is whereby you find out that a chicken like this one, you can see this chicken over here, around the eye area, it usually swells. Okay, this one you see it doesn't have coryza, but coryza is whereby you find when a chicken is like this around the eye area, it swells and it forms some white pus in it. So if this disease has attacked your poultry farm, do you know that salt can be a solution to it? First of all, what you can decide to do, you can decide that you're going to use salt as something that you'll be able to spray into the eye. The first thing that you have to do, you have to make sure that you are pressing the white pus to come out of the eye of that chicken. Then after the white pus has come out of the eye of the chicken, we are saying that this is whereby you have decided that you are doing organic poultry farming. You're not using any kind of antibiotics for the treatment of diseases on your poultry farm. So that is what you only need. You need a salt solution. So what you need, after you have mixed your salt solution and you have removed the white pus from the eye of that chicken, you have to make sure that you are cleaning that affected eye or area with wool that is soaked in a salt solution. So if you will do that, then you'll be able to kill the germs from the eye of that chicken. You know, salt is something known as hypo something. So that means that it usually takes water out of it and dehydrates that substance. For example, if it has some bacteria in that eye, then it will be able to extract water out of that bacteria, and those bacteria won't be able to survive. So that's why even if you are injured, you usually apply salt on your wound so as there can be no germs from infecting your wound. So make sure that if you are doing that, you have to use the clean salt solution to be able, and a clean cotton wool so as you can be able to wipe the affected area in the eye of the chicken. If you're able to do that, then you'll be able to eliminate that disease from attacking your poultry farm. I'm saying this if you have decided that you are doing organic poultry farming. And another thing is that if you have been affected by infectious coryza, make sure that you are giving your chicken a balanced diet. Infectious coryza usually attacks chicken that are not fed on a well-balanced diet, and that is the big problem, because most people usually try to save money so as they can be able to grow the chicken, and yet they are not, maybe for example, giving enough protein content that is needed by the body of the chicken so as the chicken can be able to grow up properly. So you may end up finding out that your chicken may be affected by infectious coryza. We don't want your chicken to get infected with infectious coryza, so you have to make sure that you are able to prevent that from occurring on your poultry farm. Another way that you can use the salt solution on your poultry farm is that you can decide to use the salt solution as a disinfectant. If that disease has attacked your poultry farm, okay, and you decide you will be able to spray that disinfectant in your poultry farm, so as you can be able to, whenever you have the chicken in the chicken coop, so you don't have to cull all your chicken first, you can decide to spray the salt solution in your chicken coop. So what you do, you mix the salt solution with some lime, the lime, can I say lemon, the lemon juice, so as you can be able to spray in the chicken coop. So the hypo properties will be able to extract the water from the bacteria or the microorganisms that are found on the floor of the chicken that are causing the diseases. So that's how you'll be able to do that. So you mix the salt and make the salt solution, and also mix it with the lemon juice, and then you'll be able to spray in the chicken house, and also you can be able to spray on the chicken. That can also be able to kill some of the ectoparasites that are found on top of the body of the chicken, like the mites and the lice. They will be able, for the added advantage, if you decide to add apple cider vinegar in it, then it will be able to accelerate the removal of the ectoparasite from the body of the chicken. That is the best way of how you can be able to eliminate parasites and be able to disinfect your poultry house by the use of salt solution. That is only if you have the chickens in the house, because some people, they usually want to do organic poultry farming, and that is for the people that want to do organic poultry farming. That is just a natural disinfectant. That's why I told you, if you have a cat, they usually say apply salt. Salt is so cheap, but I want to tell you this. For those people that usually they want to add too much salt into the feed, then that will affect your productivity on your poultry farm. Make sure that salt is only used with the required amounts. For example, if you're adding into feeds, maybe for the palatability of the feed, just make sure that you are adding enough salt into the feeds. Don't add too much salt into the feeds, because it will affect your chicken. It can even lead to some losses on your chicken, whereby you may find out that, for example, if it's for the laying hens, you may end up finding out that the shell quality of the eggs may be hindered with, or may be disturbed, or may be interfered with. Okay, so you have to make sure that you are giving the required amounts of salt into the feeds. And if you are doing for the salt solution that you are applying, so as you can be able to do the disinfection of the poultry house, make sure you are using the right quantities. Okay, so another thing, so as you can be able to eliminate parasites, ectoparasites from the floor of the chicken, so as you can be able to prevent these infectious coryza. Infectious coryza, a chicken breed that you are rearing, maybe it doesn't have that strong immunity, it may end up clearing the whole flock. Because when I was starting poultry farming, I got some kind of infectious coryza. I really didn't know how you can be able to treat such kind of a disease. So what I did, I got very huge losses on my poultry farm, because I was trying things out that I really never knew how you can be able to solve such a kind of problem on your poultry farm. But luckily for you that I am here, I have experienced it, I've gotten the losses, and you are getting the experience from me. And that by watching this video, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, so as I can be able to grow this channel, and also it can be able to reach more farmers, so those more farmers can't be able to face the same problem that I faced when I was doing poultry farming in the beginning. So that is another way that you can be able to use salt on your poultry farm. Okay, this is not about salt, but it's about the lime. For example, if you are rearing chicken in a deep litter system, make sure that if you want to prevent the microorganism to be able to maintain the pH level, a neutral pH level of your chicken coop, make sure that you are adding some lime on the floor. You pour some lime on the floor before you put the wood shavings. If you're able to do that, then you'll be able to maintain a good pH in your chicken coop, because you usually find out that some chicken usually scratch on the floor, and they usually sunbathe on the floor. If they sunbathe on the floor and maybe the pH is not good, it can attract some microorganism to develop in the floor, and that can lead to ectoparasite, which can lead to low productivity on your poultry farm. Because if you have a lot of ectoparasites, this will lead to sucking blood from your chicken, and also this can lead to your chicken having a drop in egg production. You may be doing everything right. I usually tell you that you may be doing everything right, everything is fine, but the problem may be coming from something that you may not imagine that may be the cause of the problem. So you may be thinking that, why are my chicken not laying? Maybe this breed is not good, or maybe the feeds that I'm giving to your chicken. But those small things that you are ignoring, those are the big things that are leading to the bigger results on your poultry farm. The bigger result is that you're not getting eggs. You're getting only like 60 or 70% of the eggs. But you're saying that, oh, I've given my chicken antibiotics, I've given my chicken all those things. But I usually tell you guys, it is not black and white, and we have not to think in a linear way, because if you think in a linear way, then you won't be able to solve a lot of problems in this world. And that's why you have to be able to really think outside the box, because if you think outside the box, then you'll be able to know that it is not only the feed or the breed of the chicken that can lead to low productivity on a poultry farm, but it can also be about other things that you may really not know about. And that is what I want you guys to be able to understand. Another benefit of you giving salt to your chicken is that it will be able to balance the electrolytes in the body of the chicken. What are essentially the electrolytes? The electrolytes is whereby these are the things that are found in the body of the chicken that usually help to maintain the body temperatures of the chicken and be able to balance it. So, for example, if you're transporting chicks, make sure that you're giving your chicken some kind of multivitamin that has some electrolyte in it. This will be able to have a better optimum temperature for the chicken to be able to control their body temperature when they're being transported, that they can't be able to be affected. For example, if it's for the chicks, when your chicks don't have enough electrolytes, they will be a bit dull in a way. So when you have, I think there's a dog barking over there. So when you have chicks and you find out that they are they don't look so good, that means that the amount of the electrolytes in the body is not so good. So what you have to do, you have to be able to add a bit of salt in the feed, because when they are a bit dull, you find out that when the chicks are a bit dull, they won't eat, they won't drink water. Because if you add just a bit of salt, you find out that they will become a bit thirsty, so they will drink water. And you know, the more a chick drinks water, the more it feeds and the more it grows, the faster it grows. So you have to make sure that your chicks are drinking enough water, because if your chicks don't drink enough water, you'll find out that they will have a very slow growth. I usually say you have to think in a three-dimensional way, because if your chicks, you may find out that you have chicks on your poultry farm, but they are really eating a smaller quantity of food and they are drinking very little water, even if it is so hot. That is a very big red flag. Your chicks must be able to drink water. For example, if you have 100 chicks, they must be able to complete 8 liters of water in first 24 hours that you have placed them into the brooder. They have to be able, or if they have wasted a lot of time, it should take at least 36 hours for them to complete 8 liters of water. Those are for 100 chicks. So make sure, if you are doing that on your poultry farm, make sure that you are really keen on how the chicks are behaving in the brooder, and how the chicks are consuming water, and how active your chicks are. So make sure, guys, you really take keen of that, because most people really don't know how that operates. So if you're able to do that, then you'll be able to understand some of the benefits of salt to your chicken. So in today's video, we are doing a delivery of eggs. So we are now heading from the farm, so as we can be able to deliver the eggs to a farmer. So if you are order with us, you'll be able to get eggs, so worry not. So when give us an order of eggs, just be sure you'll be able to get them. It's getting a bit dark, so I'm just taking up here what is going on, so as I can be able to do the delivery of the eggs. I'm just checking the progress of these chicks, and you can see they are really growing on very properly. Yes, and that is what we want. We want everything to go as planned. Yes, everything goes well, and we'll be able to reap from this business. And that is how things are. As you can see, these are how the chicks are. This is what is going on the poultry farm. So guys, let's head as we do the delivery. In today's video, I'll be showing you how we do a delivery of eggs. So make sure you stay tuned up to the end. Yes, I'm a bit dark, but make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. So as you can be able to understand the progress. So let's head straight to us starting doing the delivery of the eggs to our farm. We are in Bungoma, but you're heading to Kakamega right now. Eggs should be transported during the evening or early morning, so as you can be able to prevent the high temperatures, because when you transport the eggs with the high temperatures, this can lead to a lot of the eggs starting developing, and that can lead to your chicks not being able to hatch properly from the eggs. So you have to make sure that you really need to know at the time that you're transporting your eggs. So currently what we are doing the sorting of the eggs, so as we can be able to get the best quality of the eggs that we can be able to set. For example, what I mean, you can see over here, this kind of egg, this one that has a blood stain, you can't set such a kind of egg, because it can carry some kind of bacteria and some infection onto the hatching. So such an egg, you only dispose it off for people who can use it to make cakes. So that one you cannot use it for the incubation purposes. So what you're doing here, we're doing the sorting of the eggs, so as we can get the high quality grade 1 eggs that we can use for the purposes of incubation. So these ones are the ones that we're sending to our clients. As you can see, the clients has ordered over 5,000 eggs and we are able to deliver. So if you really need such kind of eggs, make sure you give us a call on 0790 122 478, or also you can give us a call or WhatsApp us on the number that is pinned down on the screen below. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. So now we are heading from the farm so as we can be able to deliver the eggs. You can show them the eggs. Those are the eggs as you can see them. Even on the back ones, yes, those are the eggs. So we are doing the deliveries of the eggs to our client in Kakamega, and we are now departing. The time is 6:04. The time is around 6:04 in the evening. You don't have to transport the eggs very early. You have to transport the eggs when outside is very cool, so as the eggs don't get bad. So these eggs will be set tomorrow evening after they have finished 24 hours of them being transported. So as you can see, that's how we usually do the deliveries of the eggs. So let me wear a seatbelt. I know most of you will cry, oh, this guy is not wearing a seatbelt. So there are a bit of potholes in this road, but now I'm wearing a seatbelt, so as you can be able to see how we usually do the transportation of the eggs. So we are just from the farm, and you can see our farm is located deep down in the village, and that is why I usually tell you, I know most people usually set up farms in areas that are in good places, can I say cities. If you don't have a place whereby you can set your farm in the village, then you can set it up in the city and you'll be able to get some money. The real goal, as we usually say, is money. So we have to do everything so as we be able to get the best out of the best. So guys, make sure that you give us such orders. You can see how the scenery looks very beautiful, and that is what we also want. We want to live in an area that has very fresh air, cool fresh air, deep in the village. I usually like this countryside life because it is way more entertaining. You can see the sun, how good it looks. Usually say when you become very old, you usually go for something known as the sundowners. You can see even where the farm is located. You're going on with the journey. Then you can see the time now is 6:11. You can see the time is around 6:11, and that is the time that you are reaching the tarmac. So the time it takes to reach here is a long time from the farm. You have, when you are transporting the eggs, you have to be very gentle. You don't have to rush. As we say, there's no hurry in Africa. You have to be quite gentle. Peter. You have to be quite gentle. Now we are at a place known as Kandui, the famous Kandui. This place has very many activities, so active during the night when the sun goes down. I think you understand what I'm talking about. So there's a lot of truck drivers in this area. Yes, it's just a road trip for people who are not in Kenya, so as they can understand even our environment here in Kenya. So as when we reach our destination, the eggs are in proper form. We don't want to reach our destination, maybe we have broken eggs. We have to be able to reach our destination if we have all the eggs intact. You can see this is a dual carriage here in Bungoma, and it is swift. It's some sort of express, an expressway, yes, but you don't pay any toll fees. So this is the benefit of you being in this country. So there was a lot of traffic jam a long time ago, but now since we have this, you can be able to move at a very faster rate. The time now is around 6:23. So we are continuing our journey and we are moving. So let's head, as I will see you in the next market center. Now we are in Bungoma town. As we continue passing through Bungoma town, it's getting dark, but I think you'll just bear with me. You can see here, I think there's a festival over here. I think people are eating a lot of nyama choma there. So we are still moving on. You know, today is on fast, so people, 1st January 2025, and people are really having their fun. So we are still moving. That is a very big church over there. I think as African, as you can see over there, we have a chicken, a rooster. Yes, you can see that there is a rooster over there, meaning this is the land of people who rear a lot of chicken. Yes, so that can just be a symbol of what really goes on in Bungoma County. There you see there is a stage, people are heading back to Nairobi. as we are going to Kakamega. So this is the way of how you go to Kakamega. So let's continue the journey. I will show you when we reach the next market center or major town. So I've reached this place where we are seeing a lot of people. I don't know where these people are coming from. You look up front, you may think that it's a political rally. There are a lot of people. I don't know if there was a very great preacher over here or what. There are a lot of people. Do they usually say a multitude of people, or what do they usually say? There are a lot of people on the road, so you have to drive very carefully. So this place is known as Kabula. I don't know why they named the place Kabula. I don't know if Kabula, you know, in Swahili it means before something. So this town is known as Kabula. I don't know. I don't know where all these people are coming from. There are a lot of people over here. I don't know why that guy is rushing. We don't know. Maybe they're giving out handouts.
As you can see, we are out of Bungoma now.
Anafanya wapi jamaa? Mombasa.
Past Mombasa.
Past Mombasa no. Also in another center, this is another center known as Harambe. So you are passing through this town, Harambe. This market center, Harambe. Slowly as we head
to Kakamega. We are driving behind a truck.
So I wonder anapiga matani hivi.
Hiyo nikipata.
Unafanya nini?
Hata